10 Cloverfield Lane is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, and it's fucking brilliant. In short, I liked Cloverfield. This one's way better. And basically this one is better because it's not found footage and there's great actors' chemistry. Seriously, 3 really good performances. The best being the lead, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Man, what a performance. She has this really innate ability to tell a story without words. She does that extremely well. That bodes well in a movie like this. 10 Cloverfield Lane is about mystery, it's about suspense, it's about tension. The movie is about what is being unspoken. But it's not a film without a couple of really killer monologues. So that means that beyond the great acting, why the movie is great is because of the director. And I find it really hard to believe that this is the first feature-length film for this director. He's really a guy to watch out for. Not only was this his first feature film, but he made it for $5 million, which is a pretty tiny budget. Like seriously, good for this guy. It was awesome. The themes of the movie really lend themselves to a great amount of mystery and tension. So the direction felt very purposeful. Every shot felt purposeful, and the shot selection in particular was very refreshingly purposeful. Also, the event scenes in the movie were very well executed. Overall, the director had a really tight grip on the emotional response throughout the whole movie. The overall aesthetic to the movie is fantastic. The camera work is great, the lighting is great, the use of music is great. The quality of the score itself didn't particularly blow me away, but where it was used and how it was used really, really impressed me. The score elevated every scene that was in. I actually have an example of the opposite of what I'm talking about. My example is The Danish Girl. The Danish Girl has a nice score, but in that movie it was used in every wrong circumstance to use the score. 10 Cloverfield Lane, opposite. And it's a little thing, but I really like it when movies do this, when there's a song and the cuts and the blocking of the montage or scene that's going on is in time to the song. It's a little thing, I always love it. I love the set. The set was minimalistic, but it worked in every way. And that's crucial to this film because the environment, the dual environment of what's going on outside and in the bunker is a character in the movie. And it really enhanced the movie. Not only was the presentation of the movie very refreshingly good, the themes were really interesting too. I really feel like I'm going to be thinking about this one for a while, which hasn't been in my life for a while. I haven't had a movie really stick with me that has been like a new release for a while. The movie is good enough that I can actually sit here and have a discussion about the themes of the movie and the filmmaking choices and what the movie means, rather than just make a critique, because honestly, a lot of movies aren't good enough to want to talk about them. Like I sit here and I do my critique and I forget about the next day. 10 Cloverfield Lane isn't that movie. I'll be thinking about it. The film really gets at the power of perspective and belief, and how when we as a group don't necessarily understand something, our perspective is the most powerful thing. And in a lot of circumstances, like in this movie, we're unable to understand other people's perspective, and it's such a battle. I found another theme of the movie to be surprise, like the theme of surprise. It really touches on the process of being surprised and the essence of the feeling of being surprised. Because if you know anything about the plot of the movie, it's a very surprising series of events. And the characters fit really well into this theme piece that the movie turns out to be. It's 3 different characters with 3 different ways of reacting to something that they don't quite understand. You got John Goodman's character, who is violently protecting himself and the others close to him in a very obsessive way. You got this dude who's like taking comfort in the other people around him and making light of situations and trying to make casualty of it all. And you got Michelle, the lead, who runs from things. And there are people in life that just run from things that they don't understand. At many times in life, I've been that person. She's an insanely relatable lead character, because I feel like all of us know what it's like to be scared of something and to not understand what's ahead and to run from it. It's a very relatable thing, and in this heightened circumstance, of course we're going to identify with her. And her character goes through a complete character arc in the movie, and it's so satisfying. And it's a character arc that's shown, not told, which is nice. I only have a few issues with the movie. Probably my biggest one is the script felt like it was lacking a certain amount of like flow and smoothness. What I mean by that is that I was really interested by the concept and the themes the whole time, but the way that the dialogue was presented and the actions were presented at times felt a little choppy. Like there was maybe just a few times where the creepy factor of John Goodman's character imposing on Michelle, the lead character, felt a little bit forced, like not earned. Felt a little bit crammed in there. And the thing I found as I left the theater, I was so interested by the concept and the themes and the ideas that the movie presented to me, and I was thinking about it so much, I couldn't help but think how impactful the movie would be and how emotional it would be if it was in the hands of, say, like P.T. Anderson. That's basically along the lines of saying, the show CSI would be better if it was directed by Alfred Hitchcock. It's kind of a pointless thing to say, but it is true. A filmmaker like P.T. Anderson would really divulge into the emotion and show it in a very creative and honest way. And John Goodman's performance was good and all, but can we all imagine how much Philip Seymour Hoffman would have crushed that role? He would have crushed it. Man, he should be alive. Wish he was. Yeah, as I just said, John Goodman's performance was good. At times it felt a little bit caricature. It felt a little bit out of place in the tone of the movie. At times. That's a very small nitpick though. Nitpicks aside though, I can confidently say that this is the best movie so far of 2016. I want to enforce to you that this is a special movie that's really worth seeing. That's really something special and a lot better than you think it's going to be. But I can't give it an 8.5 because like objectively looking at it, I just can't do that. So I'm going to do 8.25 out of 10, which is kind of a bullshit rating, but that's what I'm doing because it's super good and I don't want to give it the same rating as The Witch because it's better than The Witch. Have you seen 10 Cloverfield Lane? What did you think about it? What did you think of Cloverfield? What do you think of monster movies? What do you think of horror movies? Comment below with your thoughts about that subject and let's have a discussion about it because that would be really awesome to do. Thanks guys.